So, you know, we don't want you to be late for anything. So at the end of August, the month of August, during a great week of events, there's something that I want to tell you about. It is the inaugural Black Business Insiders Expo and Convention taking place at the Raising Cane's River Center. We used to call it the Centroplex way back in the day. It is August 28th through the 30th, and it's a celebration of not just culture, but business and inviting people in. And so we're talking about this. So, good friend Shauna Banks, I'll start with you. So before we get to Steve here, so tell me about the event and what you hope people experience when they're there.
So August is National Black Business Month. And one of the things that I learned is that actually 3% of small businesses are Black owned. However, there is about a $30 billion industry. And it was important to me to somewhat build an ecosystem where we're talking about small Black business, entrepreneurs, nonprofit leads, and corporate CEOs, so that everyone will support one another. We think that it's really, really important not only to have an expo. This is a dual business to business as well as business to consumer event. So we want businesses not only to be engaged as it relates to consumers, but network with other businesses.
You know, this has been a passion of yours, this whole subject, for a very long time, going back to your time on the Metro Council. You know, Steve, this is a big deal. I was just last week in Gonzales taping a podcast with 9 young men, all African American, all below the age of 35, and they have a business there, and they built a plan, pitch deck, and all this stuff. Having people come out and see this might give someone the push to bet on themselves, right?
Right, and you come into an event that have a lot of people that have already went through that process. And like I always tell people, you know, instead of making all the mistakes you're going to make, if you come to me at 61 years old, I'm going to tell you what they were, and I'm going to try and guide you away from those, and that's kind of what we do.
Well, I mean, being an entrepreneur is an important thing. It's something, if people have it in their heart to do, I encourage them to do it, but particularly in communities like this where most of the lack and disinvestment are in communities of color. But if people from those areas are going back in and investing there, the people who are there know them. That's one of the values of doing this. I'm sure you had to think about that.
Yes, definitely. One of the things that I saw during my days as a council member is that there were so many solo projects. But when it comes to building Black businesses, commerce, and creativity in disadvantaged communities, it needs to be an ecosystem. There has to be a network. So, you know,